Merry Christmas. Hey, Kevin G. Hey, Switchblade. I'll add you on PS5 when I get on later. Good to see you, Night Studio and Tyler Zeta. Happy Christmas. Hope you're having a good one. I'll play a little bit more of the Vampire Survivors. Hey, Wolfie. I want to play this level because I like the football music. Hey, Pax. Hey, Zeta. Hey, Cyberwolf. Merry Christmas. Line Up the Ray says it's been a long time since I've live streamed. Yeah, like what, 24 hours? I'm always around. Hey, but Light Up the Ray, good to see you. Hey, Hugs Amando. Hey, that guy who draws. Merry Christmas. Happy Festus. By the way, I'm running this game on an RTX 4090 with a 13th generation Intel i9, and you can see the difference. Rise the boy with a toonie says, Merry Chrysler from Grandpa Hellman. Oh, thank you. You know what? I know everything that this game was inspired by, so yeah, it does make me old, huh? That's fine. I'm going to go for a little health. Maybe that'll work. You're a lurker and you don't talk often. Well, thank you for dropping by and talking, Cyberwolf. You're always welcome to lurk and you're always welcome to watch. That is up to you. I appreciate your viewership regardless. But it's nice to hear you talk, so thank you. Hope you all had a good Christmas, and if you don't celebrate Christmas or whatever, or I guess a Sunday, depending. I don't know, there's a lot of different ways to do the holidays. Chris says, nah, you're not old. Yeah, well, you know. Nothing wrong with being old. Now, for like vanity reasons, I understand why people get upset about getting old, but I like getting old. Getting old's great. I mean, you know, for the most part. Knowledge is amazing. To be a giant-brained wizard, you have to be old. Gandalf was old. Everybody loves him. I'm gonna level the fuck up out of the fire wand. Nah, Rez, I'm bald and I fucking love it. Being bald's great. Kevin G says the older you get, the happier you are when it sucks. It is true. When you get older, it's easier to count your blessings. That's for damn sure. Thankfully, Sleepy Dog Zone, I have not been cursed with a fucked up back. Not yet, anyways. Knock on wood. That's one of the worst things. Now, I know a lot of people, if they could change something about getting older, it would definitely be how, like, skeleton works. Speaking of skeletons, look, our skeleton friends came to teach us about back health and how you should lift with your knees. Of course, then your knees go bad, right? But you'd rather have your knees go bad than your back. I can guarantee. I love Sage, man. Garlic dude. Like, I hurt you just by getting near you. I wish I was like this in real life. More fire wand. Cheers, everybody. It says, don't want to be bald, not good boy foot, not good for femboy status. Wear a wig, I guess. You could do worse. By the way, thank you for the toonie there. And was that just like super late? And probably. Either way, thank you, Resident Boy. Merry Christmas, Scotty Lewis. You have a good Christmas, man. Switchblade's asked to upgrade the storage on my PS5. No, I don't need to. I don't have enough games to play on it. I mean, I got games, right? But all I need on my PlayStation 5 are the exclusives. I have a PC. I got an Xbox One X. Not a Series X, but an Xbox One X, which ain't bad. You know, I ain't throwing that away. It's still good. Hell, that's still a 4K Blu-ray player, even on a bad day. It's not so bad. So, you know, with the PC, there's not too much of a need to, like, front-load my PlayStation with a bunch of games, because I got 6 terabytes of storage on the son of a bitch. Hey, after I die, I'm gonna boot up a different game. Oh, hey, look at how the chat goes across the ticker feed up there. That looks great. Look at that shit. Reminds me of Smash TV. Who played Smash TV? Anyways. After I die, I'll show you the power of the 13th generation i9. Sleepy Dog Zone says, femboys will eventually become men no matter how you want to fight it. I've seen men 70 years of age buff with a period. I've seen very delicate old men. And if you want to be a delicate person for your entire life, all you got to do is just be who you are. If who you are isn't satisfactory to other people and it doesn't align with how you view yourself, fuck them. Be who you are. And the world tries to take that from you and try to hold on to it, but you know, if it gets to the point to where you physically change, let's say you gain weight, lose weight, whichever, put on muscle, lose muscle, gain hair, lose hair. No, not many people gain hair. As long as you're true to yourself, you will be what you want to be, hopefully. I mean, you ought to be anyways. Ain't no reason to live in shame your entire life. Also, as far as like, can you be like a feminine dude and old? Oh, I've seen tons of feminine old dudes. Like, go look at workout videos from the 90s. What was his name? Richard Simmons? That was a feminine old dude. That guy's practically a lady. I mean, you know, he made women happy anyways. They all seemed happy when they worked out with him. What kind of laptop do I got? Let's see. I got it's a Dell, Scotty. And that one also has an i9 in it. 13th gen, but it's running a 3050 Ti. So, oh no, Kevin G's running a Samsung Chromebook. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh fuck, that sucks. I'm so sorry. You know, you can play this game on it there. You know, there's that. Hey, Res the bomb of the toonie, says another beautiful wisdom bomb by Hellbent. Thank you. Bob Neiman, good to see you, Bob. Merry Christmas, Bob Neiman. He says, 24-hour stream or I'll burn you out talking about my brother who ended himself. I can just tell you about low tags if you really want to get bored. Well, maybe not bored, sad. Or anything, but anyhow, let's not talk about low tags. We're not doing that. Yeah, Bob, I'm thinking doing a 24-hour stream with High on Life because there's a whole lot of shit that I missed in that game. Like, there's a whole RLM commentary on an entire movie. Like, I can watch all the TV shows and all the movies, right? It's be one of those rare times where it's, like, totally cool for me to just reboot some content. That would be really handy during a 24-hour stream. Tonight, I've been visited by the Ghost of Christmas booze. So I hope you're all having a good evening. I'm having a genuinely fine evening. I actually speak a little bit better with alcohol. It's the social lubricant, they call it. Another whip. Whatever. Cash is all right. Got it, Radio Shack? Nothing wrong with that. Back early on, I did a Dark Souls 1 playthrough on an E-machine with a 2.4 gigahertz dual core i5 or i3. I think it was an i3. And I had, what was it? I think it was like 12 gigs of RAM. Some weird number, some off number to where I had like 2 sticks of 6 DDR2 and a GT 680. That was right, a 680. And I played fucking Left 4 Dead and Dark Souls, the first release on PC. And to play Dark Souls on the first release on PC, I actually had to open up my fucking task manager and force it to render with 2 cores. Just so I could have a stable frame rate because of the physics engine. It was like this huge pain, but I got it to work and I was like, holy shit, this machine's good. So, yeah, I bought like a throwaway E-machine for like $350, tossed the GT 660 and a real low-end GPU, real low wattage. And that ran shit beautifully. This is pretty much an Xbox 360 with a couple extra bells and whistles. Unfortunately, some PC ports sucked at the time, so what are you going to do? We don't have nearly as good PC ports back then as we do now. Bob Neiman says he didn't, but a bunch of pods of cheat court, and they told him that's not how it works. Words are money. He splat himself. Well, you know, that's pretty much how low tax went too. So he's in good company, I guess. Both broiling in hell now, I suppose. Say Merry Christmas, by the way. Kevin G says it's a family tradition around here to have brandy old fashions. Yeah, Christmas and New Year's are a good time to drink, if for any other reason, just for the fact that it's so fucking cold. Sleepy Dog Zone says you're willing to spend 24 hours at Applebee's Hot Brave. What will you order for all that time? I guess just poppers and energy drinks, and then I'll just shit out all the cheese later. It'll be fine. Roro's watching on his DSi. Fuck yeah, it's the only way to watch. Ooh, let's get the Crown. Crown's good. All right, back to it. This game's great, by the way. I would like an updated version of it with 3D graphics. Just for fun, tossing a bunch of ragdoll and a bunch of crazy shit. Sign me up. Have price apps after 10. That's true, Kevin G. I like how they call appetizers apps now, because it sounds like it's a cell phone thing, and that makes me happy because all I understand is my iPhone. iPhone lead me to things I do. I come home from work, I look at my iPhone. My iPhone tells me what to eat, and I eat it. And then I watch Netflix and chill by myself, but that's okay. This is how you fight with the garlic. You got to use your natural old man musk to destroy the zombies. It's the only thing potent enough to kill them. It's the only thing that they don't want. Oh yeah, I played Timco Super Bowl. You can't fucking tackle me. Oh, they need to make this an MMO, but make it a football game. That's what I think. It needs to be a football game. I played NFL Game Day on PS1. I know how to beat this. Well, I'm talking about low tax. Your brother got a divorce paper on his birthday and popped himself. And his ex-wife got mad and ended every time she made a dime off and fucked her. Yeah, that's bullshit. It sucks. I mean, both cases suck, but that case also fucking sucks, Bob. I'm sorry to hear that. People are fucked up. The fact you can use bureaucracy to kill somebody says a whole lot. I will use the system to destroy you, and then I'll feel good about it. Everybody hates lawyers, but they can't wait to use one to sue the fuck out of somebody, but they hate lawyers. That's another thing I've found out over like the last fucking 20 years. And lawyers are the worst people in existence, but you know, if you're a good lawyer, I really want to fuck someone up. If possible, push them to the absolute edge. Merry Christmas, Peach Salsa. What a great name, Peach Salsa. What a strange idea. Those bats got a lot of HP. What we're doing, we're playing Vampire Survivors and having a drink in 2022. You know, you're lucky to be alive. Like 1 million people died of a horrible virus. But you didn't. You made it through. So, you know, if you're feeling bad about yourself, think about it. You didn't get put on a ventilator or anything. You know, all things considered, right? And if you did, you're even luckier because you survived it and you're not like all fucked up. And if you are all fucked up, I'm so sorry, but you know, most of you probably aren't. So that means you beat some pretty good odds. Everything considered. You could have been worm food, but you're not. You get to live another day and to watch Hellbent stream a fucking video game. Aren't you lucky? I feel pretty lucky right now if I was you. You get to watch me play Vampire Survivors. I mean, that's pretty much the best thing. You can't get me. Old man garlic's too fucking slippery for your asses. You'll never catch me. I've watched NFL Monday Night Football every day for my entire life. Now, sports updates are Dracula. Dracula says blood. Tony Touchdown got the fucking touchdown. Who would have thought? Tony Touchdown pisses me off. You know, he thinks he's hot shit. We saw how hard he hit his girlfriend in the face. That's not okay. But he still gets to play ball. What the fuck? Merry Christmas, Woodsman. Oh man, we're in it. We're entering the bottom of the vodka glass. Isn't that sad? We're 19 minutes in and I'm almost done. I'm gonna have a fun morning. Here we go. You want a 24-hour Project Zomboid stream? Maybe we could do that. Or maybe kimchi. But Bob, I need the Justin Whirling game to scream at me to keep me awake. Crazy Oars, good to see you. Oh, I died. That was quick. Those things hurt really bad. We unlocked a new guy. Then we can power up. Ah, shit, excuse me, damn. Weapon cooldown on. I'd unlock him, but let's be smart and like make yourself strong. Hell yeah, maximum area. Let's do maximum area, pull Poe out again, and do the Mad Forest one more time. A 5-hour energy drink, I've tried those before, Night Studio, and that made things so much fucking worse. Merry Christmas, Toxic Hell. Oh, by the way, good to see you, James. He says he's just playing a game and his arms fell off. Not your arms. You need those to arm it things. Become disarmed. Best part about this game is the starting phase of this character. You just stay in here, fuck it. Listen to cool NFL music. Welcome to Sports Center updates. Chad Thundercock scored a touchdown, and then he punched Stacy in the face 47 times in an elevator. We're still praying for him, and we hope he gets better soon. 24-hour energy drink, isn't that just drinking like a bunch of those, but like leaving like half one only half drank? They should have a 32-hour energy drink. Actually, they got those. It's called trucker pills. You don't want those. You really don't. Everybody I know who does trucker pills is a fucking psychopath. Imagine playing games with voice commands. I get exhausted, James. Like, I'd rather do, like, everything in VR rather than use voice commands. King Bible. Stacy's the female version of Chad. So if I'm fucking a Stacy, does that mean I'm fucking a Chad? That's awful. It scares me. And my weenus. My poor penis is afraid of that. That's not cool. How dare you put that image in my head? 24-hour stream of me drinking 24-hour energy and trucker pills mixed in. Jesus Christ. Bob, I'll tell you, one time I drank 3 of those in a row just because I thought it would be interesting to try. And my face turned beet fucking red. And like my blood pressure is super high, like I can feel it through my wrist and shit. And I was like, oh fuck, this is bad. So just know they sell those things in boxes of 24. It's absolutely totally fine to buy 24 of those things, and you can drink as many as you please because it's a free country. So I'm not suggesting that you do that. That is not advised by me. But I will say that it is possible for you to buy 24 5-hour energy drinks and drink every single one of those. Now, hopefully, with any luck, your body will respond to that by rejecting it and vomiting it up, and you'll just have to, like, well, you won't be able to sleep it off. You'll just have to drink water and cry. But highly recommend not drinking more than one of those things, especially not more than 3. Like, if you drink 2, fine. I hope you got some water and food, because you need to treat that shit like it's, you need to treat an ounce of 5-hour energy drink like it's 6 ounces of alcohol. You need beef jerky and drinks, hopefully with sugar in it. And if you got some kind of digestive issue or gluten allergy, where you're just fucked, because you need like bread, meat, and like sugary drink and lots of water afterwards, like something to just kind of like punch it through. Sleepy Dog Zone says, how the Hellbent character became magenta canonically from drinking multiple energy drinks. Yeah, fair enough, you know. That's how the horns came out, too. You had to drink 7 in a row. Good luck, Rez the boy. Watch, we're going to find out caffeine makes your hair fall out. Then what will you do? What will you do after that? Tell me. I want to know. It's Christmas, so I deserve answers about, you know, what next. That's right, Reg the boy. If you drink more caffeine, you will lose your hair. You'll end up like this. Toxic Hell asks, Hellman, did you ever hear about the guy who drank 84 ounces of 5-hour energy drink? I assume he vomited. And then he had like a high heart rate and probably had a heart attack or some shit. You got a ton of action figures, Titan. Congratulations. That sounds like an awesome Christmas to me. Hope you're enjoying them. What kind of action figures did you get there? What'd you get? Couldn't sleep. Renee's got paranoid and saw stuff. You should have just offset it with some NyQuil. What a dummy. Is it a permanent area damage? Yes, it is, James. And this character starts with it. I should unlock the extra pair of arms. Where is that? How do I do it? Feliz Navidad, Joy Boy. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. I don't know the other words, but Feliz Navidad. Say it twice. Oh, cool. We got a shield. James drank so much energy drink he created a black hole. Where did the black hole go to? Crazy horse asses game auto-target and fire. Kind of. Like some things auto-target and fire. Other things are just kind of manual. You just got to like nudge into stuff like you're trying to bother people at the shopping mall. I gotta stop running into shit. I want that gold though. Give it. I'm sorry, the chili powder. Fuck, there's a turkey right there. Anything day for Christmas? I sure did. I got a new computer machine. And you know what? I'll show it off to you. Hold on. Let me buy an upgrade. We'll balance out, boot up another game. Let me pick a thing to level up, maybe. Yeah, hold on. Let me show you. Oh, it caused a clatter with vampire or whatever. Well, fine. Fuck it. Oh, shit. We're booting the thing up. Oh, there we go. It says 5 million apiece. Let's start battle. It says it'll be poor, but let's see what this computer can do. So that's about 10 million soldiers, roughly. We see some brief deviation. I'm playing this at 4K, by the way. This is at a very high resolution. So what do you want? A tornado? A nuke? Well, I've got a room for things. Let's do a tornado. I learned to clip my wing, soften my weight. I've learned. I could estimate, just averaging, but evidently she does not agree. Like you'd estimate. I one didn't do nothing. Refund, refund. How about that? How about that shit? Look at it. Oh, goodness. Look at how many are left. God damn. Well, there you go. Let's go back to vampire game. Give me a second. I'll get this running in no time. So yeah, the computer can do pretty good. Extreme, I should have got him in the air and exploded, and that would have been a good idea. Let's try that again. I had a call. You always got to keep track of your friends. I may have to take off early depending, but I appreciate y'all for dropping by. We're still going to keep rolling. Dev Lightning says it sounds like if Castlevania had a Gremlins level. I think it sounds like if Castlevania had live updates on baseball and football. I can't tell if my friend's gonna die or if he's just having like bad weather. You ever have folks like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you dying or is this serious? Watch, you're gonna die and I'm gonna look back at this, feel sad and have to remove it. It's that Christmas stream where your friend died, remember? Now to round it back to what we were talking about earlier, that's the nice thing about getting older. The Christmas stream where your friend died is a hell of a lot easier to cope with when you're older. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna let you fucking kick the bucket. Hey Florida, good to see ya. Happy holidays. Hope you're having a good one. I like how the axe is absolutely a boomerang. That is a boomerang. It functions like one. That's how they work. That is how it is. Your fucking friend, be real good to your friends on Christmas. It's the season for caring and forgiveness. Ho 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 ho. Happy Oh yeah, I already got you, Florida. Good to see you, Florida. By the way, hope you're doing well. Annoying, your PS4 controller may not work correctly due to it not being an official controller messages. Damn, they're really pushing you to buy the official one. Like, fuck, man, what if I just want to pay $30 for a controller and play some single-player game where it doesn't fucking matter? Fuck me. How dare you, Florith, want to save money? Really, it's still dog shit that the consoles don't just work with every controller. Like, I do get the DualSense controller with the PS5 and, like, how it revolutionizes how it makes you pull the trigger harder sometimes, and that's all good and shit, but it does seem like a lot of bullshit that, I mean, at least with the Switch controller, they tried a little extra, but I mean, how different are they from the Xbox controller? Hey, Merry Christmas, Afro Samurai. Sorry, it took me a second to get your messages there. I'm kind of playing football here with these monsters. It's bar a bunch of coins and little blue crystals anyways. Oh yeah, Creative Dude, good luck finding a third party or first party PS2 controller. Even I mean, I've found DualShocks in box and all that, but even then they're kind of sketchy, and you still gotta go on eBay or something, and you're getting a controller that's been in a box for 20 years, right? So like, what's the guarantee that that shit's actually gonna work? I mean, I've had some luck with some DualShock controllers, and the deal is the PS2 controller in specific, it's got a fucking analog D-pad and analog buttons, like more features than your fucking DualSense controller has. So, you know, when you buy a third-party one, you don't get any of that shit because it would cost too much to put in. At least with the DualShock controller, it was like, oh, it makes sense. Well, I mean, they put all this cool tech in there, right? And nowadays, they don't got analog buttons. I mean, they got analog triggers. That's it. They gave up on the buttons. I don't know why. The PS2 controllers work pretty good, and they're really durable, so I don't understand why the, you know, quality's gone down this shitter so hard. I guess it's just the price we pay. Now they built your controller upside down, James. That's funny. Hey, B, Merry Christmas. Hope you have a very Merry Christmas, B. Thank you for dropping by. Yeah, trying to reach out while fucking the Monstars is hard. Instantly makes a beeline to the buffet. See what I did there? I would like a buffet. Buffets are delicious. I got a sandwich in the fridge, and that'll do. But like, as much as I like sandwiches, ain't quite much beat a like hot meal, you know. Eat enough like cold cuts and jerky and all that enough. Oh boy, does a hot meal become appealing after that. focus. Hey, sister, hey, shalom. Happy Hanukkah, or whichever. I'm not so sure. All I know is Merry Christmas on 25th, but every other thing also that. There's so many different ways to think. Thoughts and prayers and all non-Christmas people. That's right, James. That would be what Santa would want, I'd assume. An axe. Santa would also want battlements. Ho, ho, ho. No, PS1 game was good. It was Demolition Derby 2. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, JN. Thank you very much. Hope you're having a good holiday season. Merry Christmas. The Red Sea on these fuckers. Just call me Bone Moses. Boneses. fancy crate. Happy Hanukkah to you, sister. Whoa! God damn! Well, would you look at that? Hell of a day to say that. Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, and also goddamn, I guess. Oops. Well, we still got some time. I'll be able to pray for forgiveness before I sleep, but Merry Christmas and a happy goddamn to everyone. Oh, I'm dead. I had a good thing going. That's God striking me. I've been smitten by the Lord. Oh yeah, damage is good. Let's just buy luck. Luck's probably good. Who I unlock? I guess I unlock something, but old guy, Mad Force. Let's do it again. For the first 3 minutes, I can just sit here. What's my favorite Christmas holiday gift? This damn computer. I love it. As far as casual gifts, though, like socks, any sort of casual undergarments are the best. It just saves me a trip, and then you get like a whole bunch extra, and it's like maybe I can take it easy on laundry for a day or two, you know, if I'm gonna be tricky about it anyways. You mean I get Christmas off and I don't gotta wash my unmentionables either? Oh my goodness. Increase the stink. You're probably correct there, Pokemon's master. Lava cakes are good there, Sippy Dog Zone, but those are a bit too much to handle. I got one of those from Domino's one time, and I was like, damn, this is good, but I can't eat this. Like, I shouldn't have ate it to begin with, and I definitely shouldn't eat it now. Too much fucking chocolate. I'm gonna push myself to the limit. It's gonna be like a booze or caffeine or something, not like, you know, choco flavor. I mean, choco flavor is good, don't get me wrong. There's an appeal, I get it. I like tasty things. But converting that much choco to turd, not exactly the most appealing thing to me. Liquor to urine, that's different. Maybe you shouldn't think about it in these terms, but it passes through you like your kidneys, your bladder, your spleen. What are you gonna do to yourself? You're gonna destroy yourself one way or the other. I think you should just drink water and eat broccoli. Not that I would do that, but I mean, you should. You have to quarantine? Well, good on you, stupid, for not, like, infecting your family with the death virus. I can't say other people are that generous. A lot of people just show up to work with, like, the worst fucking symptoms and go, I'm getting my money. It's like, fuck, man, I work here, too. Shit. Give me a break. But no, I'm not gonna miss a day of work. I appreciate the work ethic, but damn. This is just like playing a football game. Damn. Whoever designed this must have played a lot of fucking Madden. That's all I'm saying. You got a harmonica? Hell yes. Stupid. Harmonicas are a pretty good instrument to learn with. Pretty easy, natural to learn, and, you know, once you learn a trick or two, you know kind of enough to at least participate musically. Harmonica's a great one. Plus, it's a solo instrument that doesn't, like, take up a lot of space. You can carry it in your pocket. Terrific instrument, the harmonica. Plus, I don't know too many people who hate their harmonica. I don't want to listen to it for like 5 hours or anything. I don't want to listen to like a progressive rock album length harmonica song. But, you know, harmonicas are fine. There ain't nothing wrong with the harmonica. Hell yeah, Castle Madden. Night Studio Castle Madden. Fucking mods on me. That is my fault. More Poe in the Mad Force. Let's get some money. Can't wait to play the new AAA game with number harmonica in it. Surely it'll be in a post-apocalyptic world. I guess nothing wrong with that, though. You can make a harmonica out of paper if you're determined enough. Sorry to hear that, Creative Doof. Yeah, there's huge delays. You don't leave your dance home alone. Understandable. Creative Doof, I get you. I get you. That's your family members after all. Crown early on, huh? This could be good. What great timing. I gotta take a leak real quick. I'll be right back, but enjoy the treasure chest music. As long as it'll play anyways, I'll be back in like a minute and 30 seconds or whatever. Oh, it doesn't last forever? Shit. Well, too bad. I don't have an appropriate backup, so that's just how it is. Enjoy the rotating images. I hope they occupy you. Merry Christmas. I'll be right back. Oh, damn, I'm back. You thought I was gone forever, huh? Oh, I sure did this day. Always wash my hands. Hell, that's half the time I spend in the bathroom. Imagine eating food with dookie on your hands. I guess if you have silverware, you're protected, but that's still not great. Yes, bigger stink. Oh, I can't stop it. Big coin. Need a turkey, though. There's my turkey. Hey, Sonic Gabe, good to see you. All in garlic. If I see garlic, I pick it 100% of the time. everybody at home. Hey, Katie, good to see you. The music in this game is rad. It's like a mix between NFL sports updates and Symphony of the Night, and I love it for that. By the way, Katie, Merry Christmas. If any of you have a beverage, whether it be alcoholic, water, or whatever, join me in a toast. This is to Katie, who has helped me out generously through many, many streams. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, Katie. This one's to you. Merry Christmas, Louise. Yep, and that's my cap. If I drink any more than that, I'm going to have a bad morning. Woo. Merry Christmas. Sage is good. Sage does damage. And a shalom from Sister A. Shalom. Louise got a PS5 for Christmas, a God of War, some Legos, and a water jug and some cash. Damn. Louise is living large. I'm dead. I got an Alienware A13 with a RTX 4090, an Intel i9 and the 13th generation 64 gigabytes of DDR5 memory, 4 terabytes M.2, 2 terabytes HDD, and an extra slot for an M.2, which I plan to expand upon at some point. But not today. I've installed 320 games, I think, something like that. Or 290, 320, 200, somewhere between there. I've installed a lot of games on this computer. It makes me happy. Merry Christmas, John. This is the part where you get sports updates. The Carolina Fudge Packers defeated the Carolina Reapers. My character smells like a Papa John's dumpster and is killing the monsters. I love it. I realize that empty tome is good because that increases literally everything. What do you think, Katie? You got any advice? Old man seems like he's got it down. Holy shit! Key to between with $100. Oh, goddamn! Merry Christmas, Key to between. Thank you for the hundo. Thank you. Damn. Merry Christmas to you. And thank you. Thank you hardly feels like enough. You guys paid for my computer, by the way. So thank you for that. I really mean it. Like, I always mean it, but sincerely, of course. So thank you, Key to Between. Maybe we'll get that M.2 drive sooner than I think. I am ho-ho humble. Hope you're having a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, or whichever your denomination is, Key to Between. Peace and love and all that. Oh, fuck, I died again. I should have been paying more attention. Thank you, Key to Between. Projectiles faster cooldown. Cooldowns go back. Can't afford that. Merry Christmas, Grinchill. Key to Between says we do Christmas too, but we don't really do it for any religious purpose, just like having an excuse to buy each other's stuff. Tradition's tradition. Whatever your tradition is, as long as it brings you fulfillment and peace and all that good stuff, then you are solid and you should celebrate it with pride and happiness. You tried a different map? I have. It's just during the first 2 minutes, Katie, I can do this. Maybe I should try a different map. We'll give it a shot soon. We'll see how this round goes, then we'll try the later map. Because we do want to unlock more maps, and it's a good point. Thank you for the tip there. Oh, Grin, you want to see the RTX put to test? Okay, hold on. How do I quit? Fuck it. There we go. That's one way to quit. Wait for the cloud to update. Here we go. Run it at 4K. Fuck it. I run things at 4K. It's fine. You want to see the computer put to stress test? I got you covered. This won't take very long. $10 million soldiers. I'm loading up. And this is just me immediately loading it up, by the way. I literally just quit a game to load this up. K to start battle. Battle has started. All right, let's do a tornado for fun. Tornado. That's funny. It's 10 million soldiers. And Mr. C, thank you for the $2. Says, when going back to playing Dolan, I already did it. It's been done. But thank you for the tip. As far as what I'm doing, I'm just having fun. I don't know. I've been doing this for so goddamn long. After a point, you gotta kind of just ease in. Maybe not hustle so hard and just have fun with what you're doing and don't worry about too many different things. I do admit I like just streaming video games. I enjoy that quite a bit. Been thinking of being into other stuff though, like music, animation, 3D particularly. Certainly got the horsepower for it. I think this will do just fine if I want to do anything in the third dimension. It seems like that this might be pretty capable of doing three-dimensional things. I don't know. Maybe anyways. Oh, hey, thank you, Night Studio. Did some cameos. That's pretty much all I do these days. You know, in acting, unfortunately, a lot of what you end up dealing with is free auditions with no pay. Like, you know, you just audition and they don't pay you anything, and then if you don't hear back from them, you just assume you don't get the job, right? Which is fair. I mean, I get it, right? Paid auditions for the internet age, that's ridiculous. You know, you really can't afford to do paid audition these days for an internet thing. The entire idea is that you're running a skeleton crew, and that it's cost effective and yada yada yada. It's just so latest video we did was about Shima, right? Shima and I dated for a long period of time, and well, you know, for a brief 8 to 6 months, but she vanished, and that sucked for everybody, and it sucked for me, and there's really nothing I could do about it. What am I gonna do? Like, you know, stalk? What's the point? Doesn't fix anything. If somebody doesn't want anything to do with you, all you can do is just let it go. And if you're sane anyways, So, it was nice to do a little send-off on Shima there. There's another one potentially in the works. I'm not gonna spoil it too hard, but there's more on the way. And, I can't tell you where it's gonna come from or what it is, because that's part of the fun, is the surprise of it. But as far as acting goes, I like acting, I really do. But there's only so much that you can do before eventually you hit a point to where it's like, well, what do I do next? A lot of my passion lays in gaming and lots of things involving audio, but just doing the one thing forever isn't exactly the kind of thing. Like, if you've watched this channel for any period of time, you know that I'm a very strong proponent of variety. Without variety, there's only so much you can get done. Oh wait, we got a guest. We got a Christmas Eve guest. It's Brian. He's on live on the live stream. If Brian's listening to me now's not the time to tell everybody your social security is if you've given to me.
4429. Oh, we're not supposed to do that.
No,
what are we talking
supposed
about?
to, but you're allowed to for some reason.
Ah, that's good. Can you set up so I can see it?
No.
It doesn't even matter. Okay. What are you playing?
Right now I got Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 to just flex my hardware for fun.
Yeah.
And right now I'm playing Vampire Survivors, which you can just watch on YouTube if you cared. Son of a bitch. Brian doesn't give a shit about me. Like,
no, my fucking laptop
think Brian's
won't
really
start.
cool, and I've always liked Brian, but he treats me like shit routinely, and I cry about it a lot.
My laptop won't fucking start. It's giving me the you need to plug it in, but it's been plugged in for 15 minutes. And I was finally like, oh, they don't care if I use AirPods, and I just got on.
Well, it depends on your opinion. Personally, I'm so used to listening to people's shit audio hardware that I don't even care anymore. It just sounds like Xbox to me.
I'll bet you're love you.
However, I sound clear as crystal, and my hardware is fucking tight.
Well, then
this
actually,
is insane. If you're seeing what I'm doing right now,
oh my god, are you really doing that?
You should actually be fucking impressed by this, because this is fucking. I'm watching it at 4K. You're seeing it.
No human being could render what he's seeing right now.
Frankly, yeah, this would take a long time to do in traditional 3D software. This game, Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2, is really a fine example of what happens when you have somebody who knows what they're doing within a game engine. Like, they actually understand.
What is it, like heavily optimized, or is it just well done?
It leans heavy on the CPU, or most games lean on the GPU. This game lets you lean heavy on the CPU, so the 13th Gen i9 here is really able to flex its stuff, along with the RTX
really cool.
4090. So we're seeing a combination of computer hardware that is fresh. This is as modern as it gets. The i9 13th Gen was released this season.
Are we gonna
2022?
Here, I'll throw some common topics if you want.
Yeah, sure. I'm just blowing shit up.
Yeah. I know. Sometimes we like to get alone and we talk about how computers stagnate. Sometimes we get alone and we talk about Sonic. Sometimes we're probably not talking about Chris Jenner anymore.
Hopefully not.
Any of those?
I wouldn't want to. Like, I can think of other things to discuss that are more fun, but I mean, hey, you know, whatever floats your boat.
I just want to point out Chris Chan may be an SCP now, because there's no way Chris isn't in like government assisted housing. Like Chris is living under some kind of system, and Chris is hidden from society, so therefore
good
SCP 1991.
That's probably for the fucking best. That's
right?
probably for the best. You know what? I almost want to sit with no opinion on that, because I don't.
Well,
like,
you don't have to have one.
As far as crazy fucks go, I don't want anything to do with crazy fucks.
No, you don't have to. It is weird. I learned that working is that everyone has an opinion, and then just one day you can go, I'm not making.
It's like so they're all fucked up. I get it. It's
exactly.
It's like pointing at like a fucking. It's like pointing at a nuclear impact and going, look, a crater.
Yeah, exactly. And then I did that video where I was like, "Are you really proud of going through Chris's garbage?" And then that was fun.
Well,
People didn't like that.
I got no dog in that fight, but
I'm gonna stop having public statements.
You know what?
I declare.
I view the internet as a source of entertainment, and Chris Chan's a source of drama, which is a form of entertainment, but it's not as funny as, like, you know, Julia White not being able to cash a check because people keep calling him Urkel. Or, you know,
cool.
I don't know, Mini-Me having, like, you know, Mini-Me issues. I'm sorry, Vern Troyer, that was offensive. Vern Troyer having Vern Troyer issues because they literally hired him because he was tiny, so, you know, that ain't fair, is it? You never got a fair shake.
Well,
so,
dude, that's his job.
You know,
Were you the one who told me about that group where people are trying to groom a guy into the next Chris Chan? Like, they're like, this guy right here, we're gonna just fuck his life up. I'm sure there's
like hundreds of thousands of those, and you know what? I could care less. It's just more bullshit, isn't it?
More fallen titans.
Yeah, precisely. Well,
I used to love Matt McMuscles. That's gonna happen soon.
He's fine.
I love Matt McMuscles. He's one of my favorite people, but that's going to happen soon. There's going to be a video. I used to watch
Mac McMuscles, but then his editing really went downhill. And, you know, I really thought that Mac McMuscles had a lot going for him after the two best friends, but he just fell apart.
It's just the best thing that ever happened, and I just don't understand. And because they did this one thing I didn't like. We'd shit on James Rolfe. Are we allowed to do
Brian,
that?
It's Christmas, and it's not the time to shit on James Rolfe either.
You're right. I forgot it's Christmas. What'd you do for Christmas?
I fucked around on my computer and hung out with my family.
That was pretty cool.
What'd you do?
My mom died a couple years ago on Christmas. I just want to make everyone really uncomfortable. I want everyone super uncomfortable. Found out I had a sister I didn't know about, and now I'm super close with the whole family. They're wonderful people, and they invited me over to her folks' house for Christmas. So we ate a bunch of eggs and sausage, and then pork chops, and then I actually got presents. I didn't even have to fucking work for anything. It was nice. I haven't had a real Christmas like that in a while. So that was
real Christmas really nice. Is pretty good.
One every couple of years.
If you're not watching this, you're missing out, by the way. This is a ridiculous showcase of computer.
Fucking damn it, dude. I don't know why it's not. I'm just going to load it on my phone. My phone just took my computer's job.
Fair enough. In between says GPU is one of the cheaper components, and that'd be crime by now. Actually, things whisper quiet. I'm not even really hitting the peak. I'm running 60 frames per second at 4K. And we're having literally no frame rate issues whatsoever.
Wait. You're using a 60 hertz monitor?
Yeah.
What
at 4K.
The fuck is wrong with you? I don't care.
It's OLED. And the color accuracy is good, and it's 1 millisecond delay, so it's got really snappy feedback.
Remember when I was mourning my monitor, and then I found out it was only 1440p, and I was like, good, I'm glad you're gone.
You should have researched that ahead of time.
I did. I bought the 1080 one and then returned it, and then I guess I thought that was 4K. You ever just do shit because you got a lot going on, and then you forgot you did it? It was one of those. No, that's cool. That was back when I was
in that regard. I know what I do every time, and I do it with confidence and security.
That's really cool. Hellbent helps me edit scripts, which I didn't know he was tremendously good at, because he's good at just taking all the goodness in everything I do and just, like a sponge, he just wrings it out.
You just need an extra opinion on things.
He's doing great.
To focus on something a whole lot on yourself puts you at a disadvantage if you can share with somebody who at least has maybe 20% in common. Not a whole lot. You don't need a whole lot in common either. That's a misconception. But
you want a little diversity when you're writing, though, and I don't just mean I'm from here, I'm from there. I mean people who you can connect on the central. Yeah, you need
fucking brain on it. It's like everybody complaining about AI art. It's like it's taken from people. It's like taken from hundreds of people, and that's what makes it interesting. And in similar ways,
the human brain works.
Having just one other human brain work with you is so fucking valuable.
Well, in the way the human brain works is we extrapolate things from other pieces of information. That's what thinking is. It's very hard to do abstract thinking. That's why new ideas are very uncommon.
Well,
And
exhaustion
I've met a
into
lot
play,
of
Brian. You know what I mean? Like just literal fucking.
yeah, but that's like the most fun we've ever had. That's how the South Park guys wrote the Jubilee episode where they go to see Moses, and Moses is the big head from Tron. I guess it's just Tron.
Yeah, or you just fixate
No
on a stupid
fake video,
concept like that, and that's enough to give you joy.
That whole third season of South Park is some of the weirdest shit, just for the reason that they were making a movie at the time, and they were up till 3 in the morning every other day. And that's some of the hardest shit to laugh at. Sexual harassment panda.
Oh yeah, that was a good
Oh,
one.
wonderful. I love that midnight oil fuel that goes through your blood when you're just coming up with crazy shit. Oh, you know what was a fun
crazy
one?
shit right now.
I know, it's loading. It's loading. I'm sorry.
You ain't even seeing that. I just did the craziest fucking thing of all. We're on fire and underwater, and I just shot a shotgun.
You're playing a tech demo.
Kinda.
Remember the Irishman was a tech demo. Did you see the Irishman yet?
Nah. We're gonna watch that.
That's a great question. I guess Netflix financed it. How do I mute myself?
The thing that
You're gonna be
you use to
annoying
mute
as fuck.
yourself, I don't know. Merry Christmas.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I turned it on for 2 seconds and heard myself.
Hey, you sound like shit.
I do.
Everybody who
Hey,
has like wireless headphones, just keep in mind this is how you sound. You may think
This
you're
is
better
exactly
than Brian,
how I sound.
but this is a PS. Oh shit! I've actually overloaded the ragdolls. It's not gonna ragdoll these guys. Anyways, this is a PSA. If you think Brian sounds bad and you're on wireless devices talking to people, this is how bad you sound. This has been a Christmas time PSA.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I need to. I'll go.
Oh well, he ran away. That was Brian Shigley, everybody. He's having a very Merry Christmas. You know, it says a lot that I've gone 8 ounces in, but I still have that charisma. Brian needs help, psychologically and everywhere else. But on Christmas, he's still a friend. He has to walk on all fours, you know. Surprise guess, that's rare. Yeah, Brian hasn't been around since what, like 20s. Oops, fuck, I booted up the same game. Get out of here. We're playing Vampire Saviors. We're gonna do another couple rounds or so. Oh wait, Brian's calling again. It's TV's Brian, he's back. Brian, guess what? I got $5 from the Fat Pretzels. Says, help it. My brother just asked what the heck is going on. I was showing you the raw fucking power of my computer machine, and it's pretty good. Anyway, Brian is back. He hasn't been on for a very long time. It's good to have him back. Everybody tell Brian Merry Christmas. Hello, Ned. Dodd. I've heard that like a billion times. Brian ran away again. He's got social phobias. Don't make fun of him. Whatever you do, it's crisp. Oh, fuck. I still got the BRB thing back up. I'm so sorry. That's stupid of me. Why didn't any of you tell me I had that up? It made me look like a big, stupid fucking idiot. And you just sat there and say, help it, you got the BRB screen up, and I'm already a minute and 7 seconds in. The delay does not last that long. You made me look stupid on purpose. Why do you hate me? Hey, look, Merry Christmas, but damn, there's a limit.
How many people are watching?
I don't know, 41, roughly.
That's pretty good. That's good for Christmas. Oh, wow, can you really render all this?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Is this what I was missing the whole time?
You son of a bitch, you want me to load it up again? I will.
Oh, no, this is the game, right? Come on, power up. Oh, are you leaving? Did you fucking leave me as the BRB screen? I'll go too.
No. I'm booting it back up. Watch how quick it boots up.
No.
Literally, watch how
what?
fast,
I'm watching the stream.
Watch how fast I swap between fucking games and bring in 10 million soldiers for you to watch. Watch how quickly
10 million
I go
soldiers?
from that to this.
Okay. Okay. Whoa. Is that a RAM thing? How does any of that work?
Well, actually, it's a motherboard thing. New PCI Express
Oh, yeah.
lanes will afford you the ability to do lots of crazy shit, not the least of which is this.
Whoa, look at that. Oh my god, you can see the FOV on it too.
Yeah, all the effects are cranked up to max and running it at 4K.
That's cool. I'm running it 480. Oh, look at him go! Can you, like, alter time and make it all slow motion-y?
I just did. That's it at regular motion.
Oh, whoa, look at that. That's cool. I haven't been excited for computers in many years. So this is making me happy.
No, this is a showcase. Even if you're unaware, this is like me fucking... This is powerlifting.
Well, I figured this wasn't...
GPU. This is some, like...
I didn't...
This is some shit that wasn't accomplishable in the past because there wasn't the hardware and there wasn't the effort to program it either.
That was pretty cool. That looks really cool. So who's fighting who in this scenario?
It's Romans against Romans just because they were the first things to load in. I can load in dinosaurs and stuff too. There's lots of different options.
That's
Eventually
cool.
it'll have mod support. Also, there's blood
That's really
volume,
cool.
so like this water we have here, it can also be blood. So as soldiers die, they can fill the battlefield with blood. But I have that turned off right now.
Sure.
We do have rudimentary water physics and fluid simulation as well as AI simulation.
Oh, are we going to talk about AI?
I like AI. Anyways, back to that other game. But yeah.
Okay,
we can
cool.
talk
So
about
how's that
whatever you
looking?
want, although, considering it's Christmas time, Brian.
I'm trying to think of Christmas stories, dude. I don't
Well, it doesn't
have
have to be a
ton of them.
Christmas story, but you could stand to be a little bit holly and jolly and not be such a little negative,
Oh.
nasty little bitch.
Oh, that's fair.
Hey guys, Merry Christmas. Let me talk to you about
Let me
Chris
think.
Chan. That's not really a good opener for the Christmas season.
Hell, but
you
I
know
have
what
years of... That's true. That's true.
Imagine going on CNN and they're like, hey, so what do you do? It's like, yeah, I do animation and
Did
cartoons.
CNN talk about Chris? Let me tell you about Chris Chan, CNN.
You know what? That'd be interesting. I'd watch. I can't say it too
Okay. I got one. So, Oso last year, my husky Oso, we got him an advent calendar for Christmas, and just about everything. What I got it from some nice place, and just about everything on it, we ended up finding out was getting recalled, and they just put it into an advent calendar.
Oh, no.
And so what's good is the dog thought all the food was shit, but there was a little squeaky ball. It's like, yeah, 9 out of 10 dogs die from chewing on this, and we took it away, and he's like, this is the worst fucking Christmas ever, you guys suck. So being the worst guy in the world, this year, actually, I went to the pet store. I got a tooth pulled out of my head. It was a great time. But this guy if you've ever seen a real tennis ball launcher, they're like $50-$60, especially like retail when you can't just get them from like a warehouse.
Yeah.
And they were cleaning out the back of the fucking Petco, and the guy goes like, I got like 3 of these. And I'm like, oh, what are these? And he's like, oh, they're tennis ball launchers. And I'm like, oh, those are expensive. And he goes, oh, they say Merry Christmas on them. They're $5 each. So I got 3 tennis ball. I came home. I basically kicked the door in, and I'm like, Merry Christmas! I had 3 tennis ball launchers, and we had a whole day where we ran to the park, and we were just shooting tennis balls at each other.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good time. And now I have an extra one. I gotta give it to someone.
Do you guys rip on each other a lot? Maybe a long time ago, but we've gotten tired in time.
No, romance is just hatred with time. It's really weird.
No, it's
actually,
like, sass is fun, and it's fun to be a sassy little bitch. But after a certain point, right, you run out of gimmicks when it comes to being a sassy little bitch. And once you peek out,
we peek out on it only in streams, basically. In public or in private, we're mostly like, I support you and what you're doing.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that's not fun to watch.
Well, I don't know. I've never been too concerned with what's fun to watch, Brian.
Oh.
I've saved for what's fun
I don't
to watch
know.
when I'm, like, on a...
Are you really getting 60 on this? Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, 60 frames per second. This is a billion trillion polygons.
Oh, man. This is all voxels. Like, if you put on 3D glasses, there'd be a couple layers to it.
Well, what always interests me is that if you release this on, like, Sega Dreamcast or, like, PS2 or whatever, people would have ate it up just the same. They would have been like, that's really cheesy, but fuck, it's addictive, right? It hits that...
Yeah, it's fun to look at, too.
...gameplay to where it's like, oh, fuck, this is very addictive to play. And now I have to wonder what it would be like to just go back in time and just send them one of these. Of course, that's stupid to think it'll ever happen. And even then...
No, but it's fun.
...should be like, hey, that's good. But yeah, it is fun. You're right.
It is fun. I had an idea for a script. I never did live action, but this is back in high school. I was like, if I ever did live action, it would have to be something really cheap. So it was like, in the future, you'd have, instead of the trash pickup, it would be like a group that gets together and they donate old televisions, like old flat screen or old fat box CRTs, and then they accidentally donate one flat screen back to like 1989, and the whole plot of the movie is all these people trying to stop them from finding out the flat screen will exist.
But they won't be able to plug it into anything.
I guess that's true.
You got one of those really weird flat screens that has the RCA inputs, but I mean,
dude, those have you? Well, this is 10 years ago, but have you seen the? Now they definitely don't have those, but the last 2 TVs I've had have like a headphone jack that goes into the RCAs, right?
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. There's no way I'm not gonna bend that.
That's still weird.
What the fuck? No.
640 by 480.
I don't want 640 by 480 coming out of my TV.
Well, I guess it. I don't know, man. That's weird.
I don't know. We got a native 120 hertz 60-inch TV like last year, and that thing was so awesome. I mean, it still is. We actually just moved it in my car diagonally like a bunch of jackasses, but it plays 1440p at 120, and that's super nice.
That's not a bad resolution to settle on, especially these days. Back like 3 or 4 years ago, that would have been expensive. These days, it's not entirely out of the
not too bad
viability, and the new game consoles and everything else supports it. But it's only really useful if you're playing video games. Like, they don't make like media at 120 hertz, 140
no.
hertz. Do they? 140.
Well, that Avatar. All you Christmas guys, go see Avatar. That's at 120.
144 hertz, really?
144 hertz 4K.
That James Cameron guy is such a brilliant guy.
Didn't he say it was going to be VR at one point?
Like, it's not going to make the movie any better. We're watching it at 144 hertz is going to be fucking weird, so I'll give him credit. Like, if I watch that at 4K 144 hertz, I'm going to be like,
Grandpa's unadjusted TV, the movie. Yeah.
It's like, here's a technological update that's completely fucking unnecessary and doesn't enhance the movie at all, but it'll sure look funny.
Oh, was it you I was talking to where I would always say something that's like not true, but it sounds just true enough, and it would It's like a
It's
nasty
pretty much
habit.
90% of our conversations is if we lie to each other. And
I
then,
was-
like,
we call it
"Oh,
friendship.
we're friends." I'm like, really, Brian? You're like, no, I'm the queen of Mississippi. I'm like, okay, well, that's different, but
But well, one of the things that I got caught saying that someone's like, "Is that true?" I think I said they put GTX 1080s. They line the walls of movie theaters with them, so you can get the best experience watching Avatar.
so you know what? Well, like, if somebody doesn't
Why
know
not?
how computers work, Brian, they're gonna believe that because they don't know. They don't know what a fucking 1080
Can you
is.
imagine?
A 1080 may as well be like fucking fairy magic. They don't know. They probably
It's
think
just
that
like the idea
Avatar
you
is
need
drawn by
GPUs
hand.
down the walls.
They use the Disney
Oh,
disc
man.
to draw Avatar, Brian. The Disney disc.
I use the Disney disc every day. Oh man, I remember when I was super young, I started making oil pastel drawings because I thought that's what 3D renders were. I mean, I was like 5, 6.
That's not entirely the dumbest thing. At least in regards
No,
to
no,
that,
it was
there's
a step
some
forward.
benefit. You were learning something at least.
I remember there was this guy, I think his name was Chris Sen, who used to do Sonic things, and I was on some fan site, and he actually did respond to me and explain to me what like Maya was. I guess it was 3DS Max back then, but
That was kind of.
I remember
like
that whole-
3ds Max, then Maya, now Blender and Steam Filmmaker. Oddly, but hey, it's there.
Is it a new one? Is it a new one, or is it not? Is it just Source
3ds
Filmmaker?
Max just isn't his favorite anymore because of the pricing.
Yeah,
I'm
and
sure if they offered it up like Blender, people would almost prefer 3ds Max because it does have a whole lot of cool shit to it. But even
Yeah,
Maya is
and Pixar's
cheaper.
Maya.
Maya's cheaper than 3ds Max, and Blender's fucking free, along with Steam
Yeah,
Filmmaker. So it used to be that you didn't have too many options. Now you got like all the options, and one of the free
Cinema
ones is
4D.
professionally fucking used. So it's like, are you gonna pay some company $300 a month to use software that's admittedly good, but like, is it gonna? It's not gonna make you better. And correction's not so bad, anyways. Real quick,
Yeah.
Felder asked, "Do I like power metal at all?" Power metal's good. I like any genre as long as it's a good song, you know. I
I've
like
been
that.
stuck in a '90s trance thing.
That's fine. I've been playing a lot of PS2 games, and they are very, very electronic and trance-filled. And it's nice to go back to a time to where that kind of stuff was commonplace, because it's pretty rare now because it's too dated.
Yeah, well, and we're getting to the age where it stopped being ironic and it started being fun again, where you're kind of not as embarrassed of
Oh, yeah,
like
to where
Smash
if you-
Mouth
if you-
will appear and I won't just wince. I'll be like, oh, I remember this.
Well, I wouldn't call Smash Mouth trance music, but yeah.
I'm saying of the era. I'm saying Smash Mouth trance. Yeah.
I can't even like verbally reflect trance music. It's like wah, ha, blah, blah, blah. It's like when you drop like a glass bottle down the stairs and it doesn't break. It goes. Yeah, it's all,
Well, I was
it's all
listening
electronic
to,
music.
Did I show you that video of the evolution of electronic, and it goes to it starts at like and it's like the top comment was everything up until the 80s sounds like Soviet prisoner experiments.
Yeah, I remember. What was it, the popcorn song, the synth one, right?
That thing's creepy and it's got that
I
Comic
like that
Sans
song,
thing.
but it's definitely very like. It sounds like it was composed by a robot, despite that probably being one of the most human-made songs ever.
Well, and the other thing is, people probably watching this remember it as the Crazy Frog song. Because Crazy Frog's whole thing. Yeah.
It was like
Yep,
one of the
that was
first really
great.
popular synthesizer songs.
And there's a great video of people dancing to it like it's the hot shit, and they sort of look
It is
like
hot
they're
shit.
afraid.
Fuck you. I like the popcorn song.
Yeah,
It's fucking scary and it gives me fucking night terrors and shit, but it's still cool.
There's
See,
something
everybody
about
made
it that just
dead
seems
now, Brian. I'm listening to music
inhuman.
of dead people.
that was composed by a not living organism.
Yeah, they're fucking like worm food right
Axel
now.
F,
I'm
that
listening
must
to
be
and
it. Yeah,
enjoying but
probably.
they're not enjoying it because they're dead.
Is Axel F? Is that the is? Hold on, is Axel F? Is that the one? Because Crazy Frog also did do 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 do, which is the
Honestly, I don't know what the fuck Crazy Frog is, but that was composed by Eddie Murphy, I think.
was it? Because it's in
Yeah,
it's in
that's
it's the one you also think of in
24
Family
hours, right?
Guy. It's in. Is it Beverly Hills Cop that's from? Where it's like.
Beverly Hills Cop or like something like some fucking movie from before we were alive. Is that Axel?
Oh
F,
man.
the crazy. Oh yeah, it's called Apple X.
One of them is Axel F.
Axel F.
We know many things.
Well, I mean,
we're actually not allowed to
I'm
stream.
controlling fucking Sage.
Fucking hell! Hang on.
You ain't even like Googling nothing. You got like computer. You got Alexa. I heard you yell at that bitch. Like, Alexa,
I unplugged everything.
Goes,
I unplugged everything and turned it on today, and it turned everything on, and I realized nothing's plugged in. It went doo doo. There you go, and the room's black. I was Popcorn instrumental. It's composed by Gershon Kingsley in 1969 for the album's Music to Move By.
Damn,
okay, here's some shit. Wendy Carlos is one of the, probably like the first transgender film composer, but she's the person who did the music for The Shining. And I believe she helped develop the synthesizer, which is called the Moog, M-O-O-G. And there's some good interviews with her. There was a whole deleted soundtrack to The fucking Shining. There's like a part that comes before the wah, wah, where it's like, woo, and it's like, Kubrick was like, I'm going to just cut half of this. And I think it fucked the relationship up permanently, but it's really cool. You can listen to a whole non-used Shining, and there's so many weird pieces that are just missing. Like, there's a whole theremin section. You know when Jack walks into the bar?
I don't care how genius someone is. The theremin's kind of a bullshit instrument.
It is. It's not
interesting how it looks when someone plays it. That's like all it has going for. Otherwise, like it's like okay, it's like no. Yeah, get that theremin the fuck out of here.
Well, no. So you know that scene where it's that creepy song, Midnight, the Stars and You, where Jack walks into the room and suddenly there's thousands of people, and he's like grabbing a drink. That scene is much scarier with that song playing, and the original version, he like walked in and you hear, woo!
Right, and the theremin is nothing that can be accomplished by just kicking someone right in the balls.
That's true. Jack walked in and someone punched a nerd in the groin.
Yeah, just punch you right in the nutsack, and you're just like, ooh.
Yeah, that is right. Beverly Hills Cop is the XLF song.
Yeah, that's right. Beverly Hills Cop. That was a good.
Oh, movie. Crazy Frog is the. It must have been some corporate conglomerate that just they added bing bing and bong bong to like songs and recomposed them, and then someone who made it was like, why doesn't he have a dick? He's a male. I don't understand. And then they drew a little willy
French?
on him. It must have been
French or British, one or the other. Either way, they're like, yeah, give him a dick and just 3D animate it and jiggle it around. You got physics for that? Fetid pretzel for $10. That's fun fact in 2020. I worked as a door greeter at Walmart in December. I was forced to check receipts on an arcade machine, played Axel F nonstop behind me for 8 hours straight. It was hell. Oh, fuck that.
All right, so we're gonna turn it on the stream now.
No, I can't. I'll get
that poor guy.
But
No, that's cool. I thank you for your service.
I remember working at GameStop and having the Sonic 06 demo play. That was fun.
Was that the His World one where it's like?
Yeah. I got to hear that a lot, like a lot. It was only for like a month or two before I was gone. Like I was well after, but yeah, that was the worst way to get introduced to the job. Like, His World. It's like, man, I have a fucking fever dream now. Like, I've gotten 6 hours of sleep, and I got soccer moms asking me what's coming out on Xbox, and His World. That job was way easier when I was high, but now it's fine.
Hellman, do you like long hair on guys?
Sure, why not?
Oh, good.
I don't have any long hair to share myself, but it can look fine. I think it all depends on how you wear it.
Hellman's one of the few people who's like, just shave it. Just don't worry about
bald, it. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, maybe if you got lice like Hellman, I don't know.
I don't know. Do you want to look like Chucky before you went into the doll, or not?
Oh yeah, he does kind of look like Tommy.
Do you want to look like that guy or not? Do you want to?
Oh shit, I am bleeding.
How fucking crazy and disheveled do you feel like looking for the rest of your life? You feel like looking like you smell good before somebody walks up to you, or do you feel like looking like you stink of like BO and fucking burnt popcorn before somebody walks up to you?
Did you like the new Chucky?
I didn't watch it. I don't care for it.
Okay, great conversation. Okay.
Well, it's like I
Hellman's a no man.
want to watch it.
Yeah, but
So,
Mark Hamill's in it, and he's not hard to work with at all. Everyone likes him. Mark Hamill's always complaining on the internet about people.
Into like, oh, what if Chucky was AI instead of a serial killer who put his body into a voodoo doll? Like the voodoo thing is way scarier and more interesting than like what if a computer decided to kill people? That was the voodoo. The serial killer putting his body into the voodoo doll was an original concept, pretty much. I hadn't seen it before, and it made it spooky.
And what's weird is the writer didn't want it.
This is just Terminator. This is just every fucking story with the killer computer, and it is not interesting. He could be Chucky. He could be Five Nights at Freddy's thing. He could be Hal from fucking Space Odyssey. He could be.
That's true.
You name it.
The computer fights back. I was surprised how much I liked it at the time.
The Matrix from the Matrix. I mean, we could continue naming off computers here. It'd be pretty. The robot from Rocky 3.
Did you
like Short Circuit?
When's the last time you read any adaptation of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream? I really like it.
Oh, I just listened to the audiobook read by the author. It's the perfect version to listen to. There's no
perfect. I'll listen to it at work today.
The author reads it. Why even read it yourself? He's gonna read it in the exact voice you're meant to hear it in.
That's awesome.
And it lasts about 40 minutes. And if it were public domain, I'd just play it right now because I listen to it every Christmas.
It's your Christmas song.
Yeah, I already listened to it. It's great. It's a great Christmas thing to listen to.
There's a great short. There's a short story where it's called "They're Made Out of Meat." That's really good. Where it's just two aliens describing humans to each other, and they're like, "But meat can't think," and they're like, "No, this meat has grown its ability to think." And that's a nice one. I like outside perspectives on shit, especially from things that aren't real. I went through a huge Asimov. Yeah, I like old Asimov and stuff like that. Like the first question is, how did we get here? That's a good one.
Used this for a thing, but they had a story about. I'm sorry, there was a pulp story about a planet full of robots, but ultimately it was just everybody was just disguised as a robot, and there was no actual robots. Just everybody hit there and thought they had to disguise themselves as robots, so the entire planet.
Pretty funny.
Occupied by robots.
That should have been a Futurama plot. They should have been like, we weren't robots.
Well, I heard they borrowed from that episode where Fry and Leela go to like a robot planet, gotta hide, right? But in their version, it actually is full of robots, and the fictional version, like everybody there is disguised as a robot because it crash landed there and thought that it was a robot planet. We're scared. They're so scared that they formed a robot planet unwillingly and tortured themselves.
That's way funnier. That seems like a Matt Groening joke.
It is way funnier than a Futurama episode, and that's probably how every episode of Futurama is written. Like, here's a really funny concept. Let's vaguely use it. And good on them.
I know in the
I'd love to
Matt Groening talks about it a lot, but in the episode where Vijini, the V'ger robot, is like, "You will be the new Adam and Eve," and Zap tries to convince Leela, like, "Oh, we landed, we got to repopulate." That is the most common science fiction story ever submitted.
So they just wanted porn. Yeah, I can imagine, because they didn't have a lot of options for porn back then, Brian. It's like your grandma reading romance novels and shit. Like,
God, do you want a Bigfoot?
Oh, Bigfoot. Yeah, Bigfoot romance novels. That's a different kind of fucking weird. That's different than grandma reading about like the pirate ship full of sexy pirates that sex, innocent women who just are trying to get by. It's different from
They're getting groceries.
God, you read one of those grandma novels, you're like, damn, grandma, that's fucking nasty. They fuck on the pirate ship, and it's like, damn. Man.
Oh, dude, they're I'm gonna plug my own shit, but while I was doing the Chrisman documentary thing, there was a guy I just found out who's doing an Amazing Stories documentary, and to write all that stuff.
Amazing stories, you got to fill people. That's a little bit too light.
Yeah, well, I figured. Amazing Stories was one of the first magazines that talked about science fiction. It didn't even have a word. It was scientifiction was the first. It's when you crunch it down into a phrase. So this is pre-sci-fi. Asimov wrote there, who's one of the greats. Who's that guy? Harlan Ellison wrote for some of their as a kid. Yeah,
who bullied Terminator into putting his name at the credits.
The only person who can bully the biggest bully in human history, James Cameron.
Fuck James Cameron, you fucking idiot! Fuck your Avatar movie, Harlan Ellison.
I blue people.
Harlan
Ellison invented a blue people movie.
Harlan Ellison's work, and then he came and owned you, and you should apologize forever.
So Amazing Stories, as it went on, it started dwindling. It was kind of, I would compare it to The Simpsons, where it's a little bit up its own ass about how professional it is. You know, we're the nice version of this. We're the quality version, and then slowly but surely readership dwindled, and then Raymond Palmer took it over, who the atom is named after. He took it over, and he jokingly started fishing through the garbage can in the office and went, I'm going to publish anything. Let's just see what the fuck happens. And he picked up one called The Shaver Mystery, about these cave-dwelling aliens called the Deros, or the Deros, and it's one of the weirdest reads I've ever had. And people started submitting that they saw them, and it turned into basically No Sleep, where we know this isn't real, but it's a little real. And it was like the internet before the internet. People would write to each other. You would put your fucking address in the corner of your short story, and then people would write you like, "Hey, what's up, man?" and then send you little letters. So that went on to be a thing, and then slowly, as the Shaver Mystery developed, it turned into porn, and it was like, "Look at these space babes. Oh yes, I've impregnated every single one of these from all these different planets." And so went Amazing Stories up until I think the copyright got let go. I think Hasbro owned it for a while, and
that's cool.
Finally,
they should make dolls after that.
I know. And finally, impregnable dolls. Finally, a guy actually bought it on the internet. He found out it was up for auction for like $1,000, and now he owns it. And it's really well produced now. It's completely. It reads a lot more like Popular Mechanics or something with a lot more credibility.
Ideas, by the way.
Oh yeah, we just found someone who didn't do that.
Yeah,
we're thinking of making a spin-off.
Like, it's crazy. It was just a curiosity thing, right? Let's not mention them out loud, obviously.
No.
Like,
no.
We were like, hey, this guy's put a whole lot of work into this stuff. You think he copyrighted stuff? I don't know. Let's just take a look. It's like, no, you can just go up there and just fucking take it. There'd be very little. Like, you just have to eat it. I'm
gonna say who it is. Look, we own the Navi. We own the Navi now.
Yeah.
We own the Navi.
Dumb shit. Don't give anybody any fucking ideas. That's mean. That's actually mean.
We own the Navi.
He just wants to make his show. Leave him alone. Let him make his shit.
His life is ruined.
Why do you gotta fuck this guy so hard? What do you do?
You were like, Brian, this is a terrible idea, and I won't do anything.
Like if James Cameron forgot to copyright Avatar, and you could like make him stop the movie from being published by spending $50 at the copyright office, well, you go on ahead. In that case, this is a little guy. Like a little guy is like.
He's a little guy you trying to take down a major. It's not even that. You're shutting down someone's Etsy store.
Yeah, you're shutting down somebody's little fun thing. You're stomping their fucking sandcastle figuratively.
You have a 60-year-old like Christian businessman here, and you just
leave him alone. Let him cook.
Let him cook.
let weird people make their shit out. It's one of the worst things that I think culture on the internet's introduced is like, hey, let's stop the weird guy from doing weird shit. It's like, no, it's funny.
That's true. The biggest thing that killed anyone I've ever laughed with or at is and you know what? I'm gonna go back on my Christmas Christian rant, but like when you rip into someone like that and call them stupid and like you are cutting content, and that's the sad part. It's all lost media now. Is all the sonnet
you don't even have to like expand on that too much. It's like just let people make stuff, and if you find it funny, have a laugh. Maybe share it with a friend or two, but you know, there's that point where people are like, "Oh, I got to make a lifestyle out of this." It's like I want to
harass people. I'm a provocateur.
I can't stop you, and clearly I won't. But on the same end, it's like you're actually fighting against your own thing. Let's do a different level with a different character.
Yeah. Oh man,
This game's cool.
now are these the Romans that you were selecting in the other level?
Christ, I don't know. I'm in the cum factory.
Okay. Cum factory.
You get a different song in the cum factory.
Oh, that's cool.
It's full of cum dudes.
This reminds me of the end of Chucky 2. I guess it's also the end of Terminator where you're in the factory.
Yeah, the factory. Yeah, it's both. Like, what did the factory had come? Look, now the jellyfish.
That's what the new Terminator's gonna be. You know how James Cameron said that he's using AI to learn about the new Terminator? It's gonna be. And then they go to a cum factory.
That would be pretty cool if they released a new Terminator movie. It was completely written, drawn, and produced completely by AI. And they did monitor it. Like, even James Cameron doesn't know how it's going to turn out before they, like, air it.
You know what? That might actually help the franchise.
Watch it come out. It's like, and then they went to the cum factory and got all the cum and became double pregnant and got bored. And they all sucked the toes. And it's like, why is it
a very
off on
pregnant
this tangent?
Christmas?
I think, yeah. Then,
Well, can we
celebrities showed up.
Can we vaguely describe our AI experience? Because that's been a lot of fun.
You can. I using Dolly 2 is fine. If anybody has
I
an
meant
issue just like playing with the tool, then they're crazy.
Yeah, no, we should only have horses. No, I was talking about when we're using novel AI because I just got a bill for it again.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, the
and,
AI
and
writing tool.
It'll sometimes add to your scene, and then sometimes it'll go. And then we ran all the way to Mexico, and you're like, what the fuck? And now in Mexico, we had to count all the horses.
Well, the thing is, like, everybody would always praise ad-libs for being such a good thing, right? So the AI is literally just ad-libs, but automated. And the thing that made ad-libs good was literally that. It took no effort. Like, the page was enough. Like, the logic of how you would fill a place with a noun, a verb, or adjective was solid enough that you could... anybody could come up with a funny story using the ad-libs, and that's what made it popular. Now you have a computer that does it, and nobody complains about it because fuck writers.
I like, and the Rick and Morty commentaries, Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon describe themselves as different in this way, which is, one of them writes, I'm Fleeby McFleebies, and I'm going to peel my skin off. And then Dan Harmon goes, I generally like something different to happen. And then Justin Roiland goes, peel the fucking skin off. I'm going to pay the animators. I like that. Did you play that game yet? You played that on stream, right?
Yeah, I want to play it again on hard mode. There's a lot of stuff I missed out on. There's like a whole Red Letter Media commentary. Think about doing it 24
really?
hours. Yeah, they did like Tina and the T-Rex or whatever the dinosaur movie is that plays during the game.
Oh, that's funny.
So and there's also like a couple other full TV shows and movies that played through, so I could do 20 and a whole like TV show they made that's like a hour-long cartoon basically done on a budget, mind you, but still.
That's rad. Well, it's always funny when it's something on a TV. Sister A says she's not a
because I can play the fucking game and it's
big
fun.
fan.
And if I get tired, I can like I don't know, watch Mike and Jay rip on a movie that's clearly bad. Like I get it.
yeah, they're sitting on their high horse there.
And like, they could have shot this better. It's like, yeah, no shit.
No
shit, Mike, you fucking asshole.
I have
movies, Brian. I don't like how.
I have gone from like admiring them.
Stop.
I talked to a couple of those guys, and I've gone kind of from admiring them to just appreciating them. Where it's, I get it, but a lot of their opinions exist just because they have to, and you can tell they're tired.
I met them once, and they called me all the slurs, and I was like, I just met you, and I started crying, and then like Mike shoved me, and I fell into
I saw Mike, and I was like, hey, Mike, I didn't want to make a scene and embarrass you, and they went, oh, like you're doing now? And I said, and then he just mimicked me and went, and then he walked off and didn't pay for a candy bar.
Which I thought was the weirdest part.
That never became enough of a meme as that story of the guy, and then he walks off with the candy bar, and then they're like, sir, you forgot to pay for that, and he goes, I'm Mike Stoklasa. No, I didn't.
That's fun.
Every once in a while, people still tell me, like, hey, I met Spoonie, and he stole a candy bar, and I'm like, no, he didn't.
You know what? Bill Murray pays for
that's
his
a
drinks.
story.
I'll tell you that.
I'm sure he does. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he pays cash. He's a fine guy. So hearing any internet person go like, yeah, I want free shit. It's like, oh, come on, man. These people are like serving you. They're not even necessarily your fucking fan. Like at best, you're notable. Like,
no, that's true.
That's a fun story to tell the next person to come in line. It's like, hey, guess what? So and so is here, and they're like, who? It's like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, actually, Bill Murray wanted to pay for the drinks, and you were like, no, and he picked you up by your ankle. And then I forget what he said. Trash goes in the trash can. That is such a bully line, dude. That's exactly what you say. I want to try that at the bank.
I wouldn't. Our argument against that is your legal counsel. I suggest not doing funny pranks at banks. Banks don't respond well to pranks. Despite it rhyming, you'd think, it's like bank prank, but no, they hate it.
They're not a big fan.
Not fans. They're not, they don't shine to it. So moving forward, Sonic the Hedgehog is a popular thing.
Oh God.
I like those new Sonic movies. They're pretty good. How about Sonic Forces? I like the game, but it seems like it's a bit repetitive.
Frontiers.
And that Frontiers. I'm sorry. Forces is.
It's been 6 god-diggity dang years, and you don't.
I don't know about it as much as you. I like Sonic Hedgehog. I don't know. I'm not like the biggest fan. I think it's cool.
I was the biggest fan.
And he's blue, and he's like.
Hellbent described it to me like this, and by the way, I'm not a great game player. I don't. But he's like, I love just looking at the little guy go, and that's kind of how I appreciate the new game. But
Sonic, whatever the fuck, plays good because the blue rat runs around real fast, and he goes on an obstacle and he goes zoom, and then you got to jump once in a while to make sure he completes it. If you don't complete it, you fall off. You got to go to the other one. It's pretty much what living like a cat's probably like, or some kind of other house pet, where it's like, well, I just go to the couch and then I fucking go to the bed and then. Go to the toilet. I try to scratch the front door.
Yeah, the Sonic game where you scratch the front door.
Yeah, it's pretty much the Sonic game, right?
Oh man.
This game goes on for eternity.
Is it like endless? Is it endless, like literally?
You download it on your fucking cellular phone, and it is.
Wait, this will work on my phone?
Yeah. There's a phone version that's free. It just has ads in it.
Are you telling me that the ARM chip could even emulate something this good?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think they use cloud computing.
Eggman said, Sleepy Dog Zone says Eggman's sitting in a wheelchair. Sonic's basically harassing a man in a rascal.
It would be funny if Eggman couldn't get out of the egg carrier one day, and Sonic's like, "Hey, Eggman, you haven't left that for a while." And he's like, "Shut up."
He gets up with a cane. Brr. Brr. Like 30 seconds of screen time, just dedicated to. You see reaction shots, and they're all like, they can't even make fun of him. And he's like, "How you doing, Robotnik?" And he's like, "I thought I was Eggman." He's like, "No, I don't want to make fun of him."
He just starts shooting at him with the 9mm. He's like, lost it that much. He's like, "I found this at a place."
Look what I found at Goodwill.
The wings.
Oh, that new. Do you remember when that new Sonic show was promoted and people are going, "Look at how the texture on his elbow doesn't line up. This is made by amateurs." And now the show's out and they're like, "This is the greatest show that came out the whole world."
I dislike the 3D, especially the argument on 3D, but it counts for any animations. Like, this is made by amateurs. Usually it's an issue of budgeting. I can't think of any. Name an animator who has paid a shit ton of money.
Yeah, okay, let's be real, and I think everyone knows this. We're shitting on Brickleberry
Chuck Jones
and Farzar. Yeah, no, but remember, we're shitting on Brickleberry and Farzar, and the only comment we kept saying is like, everyone who worked on this spent a long time on it. I hope they got paid. Even the shittiest.
I wanted to shit on Farzar because I'm like, but it's like, it's got Terry Crews in it, and like, Dana Snyder and people who I think are generally funny, well-trained, good actors and all that. And I'm like, this isn't an issue of talent. It's just like misfortune. It's just sad. It's like, oh man.
Oh, you know what? I do have a hot take on Sonic Prime. Every episode, I don't care what it is, the plot is, we're from a different universe. You guys gotta trust me. I'm Sonic. Well, we don't have one of those. All right, you trust me. We'll go to the next place. If I thought it would be more like Quantum Leap, where it's like totally disconnected, but every plot is just like, trust me, we gotta.
I want to see that, that one episode that everybody
where he turns into Big the Cat, and he looks in the mirror.
Like, I'm Big the Cat.
I'm Big the Cat.
If they parodied that, I would sing the praises of that show forever.
I did like the Misery parody in the. I was thinking about this. I used to think those were so smart when I was older. Like when I hit my teens, I'm like, they're doing a Misery parody, but with Sonic, And then I realized that's how they save money and time that week, because they don't have to come up with a 3-act like this, that, this.
It does.
They're just
it does bridge the whole writing scenario.
Yeah, so, like, you know what it has to be.
If they were writing a completely original concept, they'd have to consider like, well, I don't know how the audience is going to react to this. But since they do a parody, they can measure. It's like, well, this is how the audience generally reacted to Misery or It or whatever. So when they do a parody of it, they save themselves a whole lot of guesswork as to whether or not it'll be like a palatable episode. And for TV, it really just needs to be palatable. It doesn't need to be good necessarily. It just needs to be like, well, that distracted me for 20 minutes, and I'm not pissed off or bored, so I like it.
Remember for the last couple of years, people were drawing Krusty as It, and then the Simpsons are like, we don't do easy plots. We don't want to do something. It's like that's so obvious. And then they did it, and it was like the biggest episode ever.
Yeah, well, sometimes you gotta listen to your audience, and you can't let ego get in the way
Pride.
of that.
Well, that means they're gonna do. The big one they always said they're never doing a Simpsons Christmas Carol where Mr. Burns is Scrooge. But but they could totally do that now.
Yeah,
now that they've done the It thing.
But it is boring. I get where they're coming from. It's like
they need to.
We don't want to do that. It's like, yeah, I get it.
I know, but your show will or will not be canceled depending on what you give people. So
I don't think you can cancel The Simpsons unless it really it had to hit hard on the ground,
Yeah. I know that whole argument about the, we should talk about Christmas stuff. Simpsons has the best Christmas stuff, I would argue. Simpsons and South Park have some of the best Christmas specials I've ever seen.
Simpsons, South Park, and Peanuts.
Oh, and American Dad.
American Dad has some good Christmas episodes. Other ones are more just like, well, it's Christmas, so now it's themed
I don't
Christmas.
I don't like Stan's quirky angel that's like some character actress. I liked...
that's a hard one to revisit, yeah.
Yeah, but the I'm also kind of sick of Santa trying to kill him. But the one where Stan gets the white Porsche Christmas one, where he swaps with the principal.
Oh yeah.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
I'm
trying to think of other good.
As far as Christmas stuff, Mr. Hanky's pretty funny, but after a while it gets old. It's kind of like Tally and other.
Yeah, Woodland Critter Christmas
is like, how funny is that after like 30th time? It's like, get it? Look, they're cute, but they're all fucked up and shit, and they rape and eat flesh.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's edgy.
I waited a couple years for it.
Next, or are they gonna shoot cum out of their eyeballs next? Is that gonna be the next
trick
that they do? I'm gonna be so shocked.
Oh no! I liked Oh, I wanted to tell you, just thinking of Christmas stuff, I just remembered a Christmas song that I can't stand. I gotta find the name. Who sang this? Paul McCartney's song, A Wonderful Christmas Time.
That's the one from the title. It doesn't even rhyme.
But it's like, when did he write it? It was written in 1980. And the tune is like, basically he hits the keyboard and goes wah, 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 wah. And then it's just him going, simply having a wonderful Christmas time. And you're like, oh, Jesus Christ. He went from Sgt. Pepper to that.
Make money somehow, Brian, and Christmas music does sell.
The only person I know who sells it is like Mariah Carey.
Yeah, she got more going on than they do. I can look at Mariah Carey and not feel sad.
Oh man. What are the Christmas? Dude, they did a new Peanuts and they made it look just like the shitty old ones.
At the mall. And he would just sit on the couch and just jerk off when that song would come on. And we didn't like him, but after they got banned, we missed him because at least you knew Christmas was coming when he showed up.
That's pretty true.
Oh, looks like it's time for me to die. This is
the
what your
Krampus
life almost
one.
feel like in real life. Oh God! Oh how! Oh God!
What about the Krampus
scary.
episode? I fell out hard with that show, and then Krampus showed up. There's a lot of Krampuses on your screen right now.
Krampus is a fun concept because he's anti-Santa, but even that's been ran into the fucking dirt pretty hard.
The game over screen seems so dated in particular that I really like
I can
it.
even change the audio in here to make it sound like it's ran off of a Sega Genesis sound chip. We can even do
that's
that.
fucking cool.
Yeah, so
Man, I love the...
They lean into their inspiration.
Well, we can talk about... We were working on a Christmas game at one time that was going to be like not a point and click, but like a dialogue tree kind of game. And we talked about making it so it had different filters that would just cut it down to look like an old Sega game. Like you could have a Sega CD version of it. Do you remember this? And we were talking about when you click the different render options, it would go up to like GTX 490 or whatever, and then it would just be a photo of Christmas with like a lip sync drawn on top of it.
I would love to make a game with like a level of detail that goes from PlayStation 6 to NES.
Yeah, but it's the same thing, just with like how you would like a Game Boy Advance video version of it, and you could even have the audio all messed up.
Hi, Roger. Merry Chrysler to you. Yeah, that'd be fun. There's a game like that called Bedlam, and it goes from like retro game to advanced game, and every time I look at it, I'm like, this is really good, but then when I play it, I'm like, I just fall short of doing what it meant to do, though.
Is that the game that every time you get hit, the game looks worse?
No. I'd have to show it to you.
Okay.
I don't know what game you're talking about, but maybe it is the same one. Hard to tell.
No, there's a game that like when you get hit, the quality of the game goes down.
That's fun. Maybe.
I don't
know. It's been a while since I played Bedlam, honestly. Bedlam was a big indie game when indie games were a little bit new and people didn't like the idea of spending $20 on... No, 40. Yeah, it was one of those midline games where it's like, hey, it's $40, and people are like, I ain't spending money on that shit.
That's pretty
60
cool.
60 or 20 or 5 or fuck off. This game's great because you just play it with one hand. You don't have to like really... I could eat a hot dog while playing this.
The game should be. I was.
They should.
Yeah, go ahead.
Brian, they should strive for like simplicity. Like it should be
You
as
have to use your
easy as
hands.
feasibly possible to control the character. I never understood the idea of like, here's my game. The character's excessively hard to control. It's like, why wouldn't you make it as simple as possible? What's wrong with you?
Now I'm thinking Back to the Future too. You need to use your hands. That's like a baby's toy. There's that guy who shows that you can run Doom on different shit, and he was talking about he actually does sometimes microwave something and play Doom on his fridge, and I was like, that's a joke, right? Wouldn't you get tired of every time I would never make it out of level... I could make it out of level 1, I wouldn't make it out of level 2.
Well, you can load up level 2 whenever you want. That's the nice thing about Doom.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, well, and every level in Doom is meant to be played with a pistol start, so even if you don't have like all your guns unlocked, it's still beatable with like just starting with the handgun.
God, we need to work on a Doom game,
like
dude.
that. So it does have that arcade quality to where you can just fire this fucker up wherever, whenever.
We need to do
Doom
that.
2 even, which that
Yeah.
makes it significantly harder.
We need to work on something like that. That's so cool.
There's that. I picked up a piece of software that lets us just make a Metroidvania. It already has all that shit programmed in. So pretty much all we have to do is level design and art.
I don't even know what a Metroidvania would look like.
Shit, I could compile it, but I still got to look at the software. It's no programming required though. Released it for free. Fuck it. I don't know.
And every time that happens, we're gonna be dated in 5 years. And
no, it's already dated at this point. I don't think people
I guess
are too
that's
impressed
true.
by somebody releasing a Metroidvania game anymore. I don't think that's like, oh my god, you mean you got to pick up the thing to get there, and you can use that to do that, and that goes there. It's like, yeah, it's pretty fucking standard.
Hang on, I'll look at it. I'll be right back.
The impressive thing would be that none of us know how to program. Hey, that would be what would be impressive. If I've seen some submodders do, someone may Doom on a calculator and he managed to mod the toaster control. I did see Doom on the TI calculator. That's been around since the late 90s, I think. Playing the game pro style. Just melt through them with the garlic, simple as that. Happy Christmas, Mario. I'll take that spinach. Start Resident Evil Village Day, but didn't get far because you're reading an 80-page long DLC file. It sucks. I hate it when games have excessive intros. Like, I don't mind getting the patch notes, but just let me read that separate, especially if you got like a bunch of splash screens at the fucking start. Blah, NVIDIA, blah, scale form, blah, Unreal Engine, blah, publisher, blah, developer, blah, game title, blah, press start. It's like, shit, man, I sat through all that. Of course I'm ready to fucking play the video game. Why wouldn't I be? Hey, the board, good to see ya. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and all of that. Shave. Doesn't bode well. I might be able to make it if I can find a turkey, but if I can't, I'm fucked.
I just realized I had the popcorn song in my head the whole time I was gone. Pop, pop, pop. Yeah.
It's properly titled.
It is.
Oh no,
See?
the
Simpsons
raw
Christmas
concept
Carol.
of death is chasing me now. Did you ever play
I don't-
Gauntlet?
You ever watch Billy and Mandy?
One of the scariest things in Gauntlet, Brian, is that eventually death would come for you. You could only kill him with a magic potion.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he'd touch you, drain all your health, and you had to put in the fucking quarter in.
They got you.
Oh, that game was, yeah, you think like Clash of Clans or whatever the fuck was predatory. That game was fucking awful with that shit. Hey, I got a turkey. Oh yeah, here's another 48 minutes of gameplay. Let's go.
There's a joke about in The Simpsons where Milhouse plays Kevin Costner's Waterworld, the game.
Oh yeah.
You can only go 5 feet.
They made
Was
fun of
there?
that. They made fun of that, and they made one for the Virtual Boy. And it was like 16-player multiplayer, and it didn't ship with the game, but it shipped on the back of the box. It's like there's 16-player multiplayer in Waterworld, the video game. And it's like it didn't actually ship with that. It didn't work. But imagine like having 16 Virtual Boys all lined up to play stupid fucking.
That's every Virtual Boy in America right now.
Back then,
Jesus
these days
Christ.
are probably more. But God, yeah, that's agony. Red Alarm
The,
was not a Virtual Boy, but even that gave you like eye strain. That shit was harsh.
Well, so I think we've all seen those kind of like the Critical Drinker video about Waterworld and how it's like the biggest nightmare of all time. The story.
I just watched the movie, Brian, and it was shitty. It sucked.
It looks shitty. It was one of those $2 Blu-rays.
It's bad.
Well,
they drink their
no,
own
the-
pee, and then they like fixate on that way too much for what it's worth. And it's like, I get it. You drink your pee.
So the
Waterworld.
guy who produced it was the guy who produced Back to the Future 3. He said Back to the Future is too expensive, and I will not. He said I will not make the most expensive movie in the world. And then a few years later, he made Waterworld. That guy's awesome. Waterworld was the most expensive movie of its time, and I don't think it even made half the money back.
It doesn't make sense though. Like when you watch it, it's like I get that these sets are fancy and all that, but again, it's Waterworld. Like you just got to have like water. And a bunch
You could just do the Truman Show and, yeah, just fill a room with like a foot of water.
Yeah, and just make sure to film it at an angle or something, you know, if you run out of money.
Oh, it's gotta look real.
Did they create an entire ocean?
They must have rebuilt the ocean. I think they did build on the ocean and like anchor it.
We did a 1x2 model scale of the fucking Pacific Ocean. And made it
Jesus.
Made it over
That sounds
to the entire
right.
continent. There was one extra, but we erased it from the books. You don't know about it anymore.
Oh man. I don't know how you're finding this game interesting, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Most of the games aren't. This one's kind of interesting just because if you've played it long enough, you understand the mechanics. But it's got good music and it makes for decent background noise, and it's a fairly easy one to play. Well,
Yeah.
not fairly easy, but like, you know, if it clicks with you, it clicks with you. If it don't, it don't. I'll tell
Homer's
you
the
this,
Christmas
you like
tree.
that Sonic game? Well, guess what? People didn't want to watch it as much as this.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, Sonic
That's fair.
Frontiers or whatever. Big
It's
pile of
not-
shit.
Yeah, I know. Well, don't let me yuck your yum. You know what? If I was being an internet reviewer right now, I'd be like,
Christmas
this
of all
game,
days,
look at these
saying, I don't
graphics.
understand why vampires, survivors, or whatever is interesting. Well, Brian, maybe people don't think you're interesting, and you know
You know, is that my cue to go?
that's your cue to stay here and listen to me lash you with my verbal spanking.
Oh. I used to play this Vampire Survivors game, but it's a fallen
My
titan.
friend yelled at me, and he said
My
it's not
friend was
good. I'm like,
horrible.
maybe it's not good, so I changed my opinion to satisfy them.
If you want, dude, you remember all that time that like Nostalgia Critic talked people out of watching movies? Like people would stop watching movies because Nostalgia Critic said they were shitty, and
That's
now
fucking stupid. Like I get,
Yeah, I
get
know,
drawing
I know.
a critic or whatever being like, well, if it doesn't have the seal of approval, then I will not sully my eyeballs with such filth. It's like, dude, fuck, man. There's tons of awful shit that I love watching. Like, people don't like
Dude,
Day of the Dead. I'm sure more people like Day of the Dead now than they did back in the day, but even like in the 2010s, people are like, Day of the Dead's pretty mid, pretty shitty. So, you know, I'd watch it. I'd love the shit out of it, but everybody else would hate it. I'm like, okay, fine, each their own and all that.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things that hatred. People take hatred very seriously. Can I brag about AVGN to people?
Yeah, sure.
I worked with AVGN. I've worked with many actors, and they've taken months and months to the point where, like, I could tell they recorded it that day after, like, 6 months of not doing anything. And then James Rolfe, I was like, "Hi, James. I'm an animator. Look, I'm working on this thing. I already did the first one. Here it is. It's got this guy, and it's got this." And then he just sent me back, "Where's the script?" And I was like, "Oh, well, here, I highlighted your lines." And then he just goes, "Here you go, I recorded the whole thing. I took an hour of my day just for you for no money." And I was like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, you're really cool to work with. Thank you for making something. I'm really proud to be in it. Thank you, goodbye." And I was like, "Wow!" So all the people...
send an email.
Sometimes if you got the right talent, too. There's a couple people I worked with, like the Sonic guy. Jason Griffith's going to be in one of my things. Yeah.
AVGN used to be better.
I think we all used to be better. What happened?
No, I just keep getting better in time. But AVGN used
that,
to be like real good. But then he released a review, and instead of poopy fart shit, he said party poop shit. And
oh my god, really?
Where the camera is placed. And when he was talking about the game, like it took me out of it because I had seen that camera angle before in his Bugs Bunny review. And I seen this next one, and I'm confused because I'm like, this isn't the Bugs Bunny review. That's right where he sits.
Well, he no. He actually then he started talking about Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, and I didn't like that either because the advertisements make me angry because I'm horribly selfish.
Yeah, I'm entitled to everything working for me.
Yeah, I don't see why James Rolfe thinks he has the right to make money when I've done him the favor of watching his content for all these years. Really, if anything, I should be paid, and I still enjoy, but only just enough. And you know.
Yeah, I gotta say, I feel like the dark era of that show, where like nothing was happening. Not nothing was happening. He wasn't putting stuff out. That felt like years for me, and I guess he was always making stuff. But
he's been making AVGN videos for a while. His break is shorter than his return.
Okay, well, he's
the second person. The second person with me is he created Chowder. That's right.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. What does he make now?
Pizzas.
Probably. He made Chowder. Fuck off.
Oh fuck! That's a mean joke to say at Christmas. I'm sorry. I don't think he's making any more cartoons, Brian. I think it's.
Oh, is he like in crazy territory?
Nah, it's just like there's only so many people they can hire to make them.
Oh man. Well, yeah, so the Raid Shadow Legends thing, it's just whoever asks you. It's like HelloFresh does it, and it's like, I like the pizza, the baby pizza pie popper supreme, you know. It's the thing about those ads is that they give you a template, and I've never gotten one, so I can't really sit on my high horse. I'm not better than them.
I
would totally do it.
A lot of them are for scam shit. I just felt like it'd be wrong to come on here and be like, everybody, you should log into this one thing, and you can come in and talk with me, and we could be friends, and knowing full well I wouldn't be there, and I would just be doing it for $3,000, right?
Pretty cool, but they always say, and I'll see you in the game.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see James Rolfe in the game.
They won't.
No, and
if they do, then I guess that's cool. Maybe there's like the one guy, right? He's like, I actually fucking love Raid Shadow Legends. Hell yeah. I play this fucking pretty much all the time.
What was established titles? Was that a thing? Was that like an audiobook thing, or was it like the Blu-ray thing, or not the Blu-ray, the Netflix thing?
What about established titles? I don't know.
Someone brought up established titles. I remember it being some kind of plug. Established titles.
I don't know.
Let me see. Oh yeah. Established titles is the thing where you become a lord of a piece of land that's like 3 feet.
I like the game where you're like you dominate like 50 million women, and it's like you're the king of Rome, and you got like a huge cock.
Oh, that's not a game.
Public.
Is established titles the giant scam? I saw it and I thought it was dumb, but I get it.
Every mobile
No,
game is a giant scam.
it's
Even
not a game.
Vampire Saviors is a giant scam, Brian. These are all giant
Elven,
scams.
established titles is the thing where you become a lord of a land because it's in Scotland.
Oh, the one I was talking about, it's like you become a lord of like Egypt because you got the biggest Johnson.
Oh yeah. What was
It's
the
like
game
Prince of
where
Persia,
you're?
but you platform with your wing, and it's pretty good.
There's a funny game where you're stuck in like a room like a room post Fallout, and then like you become the breeding stud for like the entire. That was a weird one where you have to like society simulate.
They're like,
Yeah.
That is so popular, they just re-release it over and over and over again. And they give it a different title and like change the graphics slightly and go, now it's a weird underground basement breeding game you like, but now it's like a different title and we changed the character to a brunette.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
What was
It's a fucking mega treasure chest, Brian.
I like the ones where it's like Elsa and you poke the pimple on her face and it's like and it makes those weird sounds.
Oh, the teeth brushing one and the weird like foot care
Oh,
ones.
yeah,
Those were insane.
It's sad. I was reading that, or I was watching that video actually that was like the history of spam, and it turns out 98% of the internet, you'd think it would be all sub pages where it's like stuff embedded on websites that you don't tend to look at, but it's actually all articles written by AI that composite two articles with the same search criteria. And
that's pretty much mail these days too, like just regular.
Yeah, mail's just like that. Yeah, everything.
Or
but
phone calls, like I remember there used to be a point in time, like when you had like a BlackBerry phone, and like when you got a phone call, it was an actual fucking phone call.
I never had a BlackBerry, but I don't think I've ever had a real phone call in my life.
Or like a fucking Motorola or a Nokia or like a fucking pager. I don't know. Go back. Or like a fucking landline. I don't know. You remember being like 5 years old and the phone ringing and there not being like some dude halfway across the fucking ocean trying to sell you on car insurance even though you don't have a car because you're 4 years old, and he's like, I'm not gonna do the accent because I realized now that would have been a mistake. I almost did it. Hey, look, it's a new age. But it's like, buy this auto insurance. I don't care.
I did see a thing about Smiling Friends recently where they're like, it's so progressive and they never do any offensive stuff in there, and I'm like, I can name like 6 times. The Uber Eats guy.
Fucking like media literacy.
Well, no. It's weird because they've got years of it, and they're talking about how progressive the show is. And I think what they just mean is that it's fresh. You know, like
I think what they mean is that it's popular. It's like,
yeah.
And I'm the cool columnist.
There's an Apu in that show.
Like, this happened to people who reviewed GTA 5 negatively. When GTA 5 came out, if you gave a negative review, you would have death threats and people up your ass, like really, really far deep up there. And I forget which website it was, but it gave GTA 5 like a 7 out of 10. And they had to take down the review and get somebody else to come in and redo it because it was like they were getting that fucking badgered by it, where it's like, dude, we're getting bomb threats every day. And our writers quit. Our advertisers are ditching out because people are calling them up, and they're just like, just re-review it, and then that can happen.
Did you ever watch Mr. Meaty? Someone just brought up Mr. Meaty.
I've seen pictures of it.
It was pretty funny. It's just Drake and Josh, but they were puppets. Yeah, they were puppets that work at a burger joint and
look funny. Yeah.
They
worked at a burger joint called Good Burger, home of the Good Burger, and then he'd take your order.
That's true.
And the weird thing is he never spat your burger, which I always felt that it was weird that Kel never picked a booger and just smeared it on a burger and says, hey, Jordan. That would have been interesting.
That is weird because at the time they must have been like, let's do Keenan and Kel but white.
Well, good for them. And it's about time, really. Keenan and Kel had it too good. Yeah, play this game like you're stirring the sauce.
I had a coworker that wouldn't stop talking about Andrew Tate. This guy just said we remind him of Andrew Tate the way we're talking.
I don't even know who the fuck Andrew Tate is.
He's one of those, like, I don't know enough about him, but you remember that coworker I had that was like, if Andrew Tate is so bad, why do people Google him? Like, he's one of those club women on the head. Women exist just to be your fuck buddy and then go away.
Oh,
also, we're running out of white people. He's a weenus, yeah.
Like, You should go to a fucking library and read a fucking book or something. Then.
No, Andrew Tate. Well, he said Andrew Tate was in trouble for some shit, just something stupid.
I don't. You know what?
He doesn't matter.
I'll say this about celebrities, especially when it comes to internet celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody on the internet is important enough to base your life around, and nobody on the internet is important enough to fixate on.
Yeah, it's true.
If you are fixated on somebody on the internet more than you are anybody in your personal life, you are mentally ill and need help.
Andrew Tate is the guy who talks about how to waxing your balls. I like that.
Oh, well, how to waxing your balls is interesting. Personally, I can see why you do that. It's like using a razor is scary. But I just use a razor anyways because it's quicker and I don't like having just ball wax laying around. So I'm like, oh well, all right, nutsack, here we go. We're rolling the dice again.
You actually should.
Nutsack has no.
Am I doing this wrong? Am I doing this wrong? Because like, I don't wax nothing. Am I wrong? I gotta learn to behave.
Depends on who you're trying to impress, really.
Okay. I think my parents are already proud of me, so I won't worry about them. Oh yeah, the thing I was gonna say, Andrew Tate. He said if Andrew Tate isn't an icon of the modern world, then why are people Googling him so much? And I think about that quote a lot.
I mean, it's fair. It's not like he was the president or anything. I can understand why people talk about Donald Trump all the time because it's like, well, he's literally in charge, so. Yeah, I get that, but if it's like, did you know that internet guy wrote a book on how to eat like a Paleozoic diet to achieve better fitness and take human growth hormone? Did you know he had opinions? It's like, yeah, no shit. How's that impact my life? Well, you should check it out. He's got a lot of important stuff to say. It's like, just repeat what he said then. Oh, you should watch it.
Oh, he said that depression isn't real. He said depression is actually just you not being in shape or something like that, which is a contributing factor.
I remember graduating high school and feeling that I understood everything about the human brain. Depression's not real because I don't feel it. I don't understand why people get addicted to alcohol, Brian. It doesn't make any sense to me. Just don't drink it. Fucking dummies.
I know.
I can't empathize with that whatsoever. It's like, okay, it's interesting to see somebody who's 50 years old and still manages to be that sheltered.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't understand. Why would somebody drink alcohol and have promiscuous sex and want to be different than other people? I don't get it. I've been the exact same person since I was 8 years old. I eat chicken nuggets and I go to sleep every night to my white noise machine that mom got me when I was 8.
I was gonna bring up HelloFresh, because HelloFresh is the one that we keep hearing about in the ad. That's up there with Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh yeah, HelloFresh is good
because it's
groceries. At least I like HelloFresh because at least it's selling you food. At least it's something.
It's like $15 a portion or something. It's something crazy.
But people struggle with portions these days because food is that ample. Or here's a good example, Brian. I'll tell you this. Raid Shadow Legends won't help you out, right? But let's say you had anorexia or something.
Okay.
A real deal eating disorder. No joke, not making a crack, right? Imagine you had a legitimate eating disorder and got the HelloFresh thing. And I'm not even being paid by them, but I can see how that would work. To where Raid Shadow Legends doesn't really help anybody.
Well, I see that. Well, maybe someone can't.
I could say hey Brian, check this out. This is a tangible service that provides a good, and if it's valuable to you, you can pay for it. And as opposed to hey, here's gambling, except you're never allowed to win.
Yeah. Well, maybe there's some kid who couldn't communicate. He's severely autistic, and Raid Shadow Legends is the only way.
If that makes him happy.
I'm not making a case for this. My point being, HelloFresh is not exciting to use. And in fact, if air fryers made a promo and would pay me, an air fryer would do about the same job as HelloFresh. It actually cooks the fucking food.
Brian, what if the air fryer was lead lined? Would you
Well, then I would survive the nuclear explosion when it happens.
I guess that's true. You could advertise it as being a lifelong investment that you won't be living very long.
There's a weird scene in Crystal Skull where he eats pieces of the lead-lined refrigerator and they try to shoot him, but now he's got a bulletproof chest. That's a good movie.
Yeah, I remember when I watched the Fraggle Rock movie and it was revealed that they survived by eating the paint chips off the wall in the basement. I was like, that explains a lot.
Eat paint chips today.
I like Fraggle Rock because it was like having a Neo Geo back in the day. If you had a friend who watched Fraggle Rock, you knew he came from rich people and you knew to dunk on him. That meant he had $20 in his pockets.
Yeah. You were telling me that. I always thought.
Like, I love Fraggle Rock. It's like, ooh, oh, Mr. Fancy over here with the parents who aren't divorced.
The problem with HelloFresh, besides putting the butter in
Rock, more like here in a double income household.
Double income house. I lived in a double income house.
There's presents under the tree and food on the table, far as the eye can see. Here in a divorce household. And HBO all night. What's Blockbusters? We just watched HBO because it always had something good on.
I can't afford HBO even now, and now it's the same as anything else.
Welcome to my world.
Everything is HBO now. That would cost extra. I don't need Disney.
You ever play at Stupid Simpsons Arcade where the final boss, not the final boss, one of the characters is Smith goes, "Welcome to my world," and it's clearly just a Japanese guy.
Yeah.
English. I love it. That's great.
That place at the we played that at the arcade downtown by Pike Place. So downtown Seattle, you know when you see Seattle, you see that Ferris wheel. That's where that is, and they have a big arcade with.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a nice area.
Something about the West Coast that we don't have over here so much is like big arcade culture.
Oh, and like I like piers. That's been a whole thing. Is like if I always look for cheaper places to move, and I'm like I kind of want to be somewhere with a pier that won't cause
Well, you're peerless.
I'm not
Nobody's
gonna be
as good as you. At that rate, though, I gotta wrap it up because we're running out of Christmas time. I got 2 hours left of Christmas, and I got friends and family, and I assume the rest of you do too. But if you don't,
oh sure,
I'm sad. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the poll here. That's 3 hours 16 minutes. That's pretty good.
That's good. I got some phone calls to make.
I gotta get some dinner, anyways. I mean, I got dinner, more like leftovers at this point. But let's end the poll here. We got. My poll is Merry Christmas! ! With first place, we got Ho Ho Ho. The second place, we got PlayStation 2, which is at 36%. Christmas Ham at 10%. Candy Cane at 6% with 147 votes. I appreciate you voting on the poll. I'm glad we got polls on YouTube now. It took them forever to put that in. That's several years too late, but it's still welcome. So thank you for dropping by. Thank you for spending your time with us, Brian, and blessing us with the gift of Bry.
Oh, thank you, pal.
He likes to call himself Bry, face to face. We don't call him that in chat, but we call each other that. He's Brian, I'm Helby. Anyways, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night. Merry Christmas, because I can still sign out and say it because it is not midnight on the East Coast yet. So have a good night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for your ridiculous generosity. Rez JN Key to Between with a hefty $100 tip. Mr. C Fat Pretzel. And I'm pretty sure I got it. Oh, well, you know what? Hell, Silver Compendium and Soulstruck as well. And who else tipped on Dragon's Crown? That's about it. Rez and Jeff and everybody. I appreciate you. Key to Between. Thank you for being a sponsor. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for the tips. And you all have a good, happy Christmas. Thank you for making my Christmas all and jolly. We'll see you again Wednesday. And we'll see you again. I don't think I'll have a New Year's stream. I'll be hanging out with some friends on New Year's. So I'll try to make up for that here and there. But and we'll see how New Year's goes. There's also a fair chance that they will drink themselves into a stupor. And I'll be like, hey, everybody, it's midnight. They'll drink themselves unconscious. And I'll put 2023.
Merry New Year's.
See how that goes.
See you, buddy.
All right, y'all have a good night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting. Y'all have a good night. See you Wednesday, probably. Bye.
Bye.